Y'all know what it is. Another night, episode 4. You got your boy Doc Holliday, your boy Bam Bam. We on here for another episode, season 1, episode 4 of Air It Out Podcast.
4. No, y'all can't pronounce it the right way. You know, we
say not 4.
4. I like they say, fit 7.
Tree fitted. Every time he come out, he want tree fitted.
350. Hey, 750. It's 750. We got the one and only Kim Livingstone with us, y'all, tonight. Y'all give a big welcome. Shout out to her.
Yeah, I've made it. This is awesome that you got this going on now.
I appreciate it. We try and get everybody that we can on here.
Yeah.
You know, Grant is like one of the most influential people in my life. Like, I love this guy. Like,
if it wasn't he's from Alabama.
Yes,
baby, down south.
You're like,
we live on. Technically, we live on opposite sides of the states, and it's the one guy that I found, you know, that got my back. You know what I'm saying? Like his skills. Like, I think a lot of people, you know, underestimate his skills. So let me get that. Let me get that off the bat right away. Like, a lot of people underestimate his skills, but this guy, he's phenomenal when it comes to this world. Like, as far as doing the podcast and engineering and shit, and
that's cool. Good to know.
and cameras and everything like that. This guy's the one. Make sure y'all get with him if y'all really want to do something nice.
That dude right there. That's who you need to get with.
yeah. Get with the world. You know, the Fresher Than You Productions and the world.
How'd you guys meet?
Man, it's crazy. It was back when COVID had hit. And, you know, that's when everybody was online. And I was like, shit, everybody doing a music review. I'm going to do one too, right? But I'm just coming in as a fan to see what I can hear. And then next thing you know, I got some wild shit. Now, let me see. I know it's in here. Come here, Mouse. And Brian came across some shit like this right here.
That's the real one right here. We're in here. One more time. Ha.
Oh,
it's Doctor.
Yeah, I know, right?
I am a god.
He's right there. It's like,
it's Doctor.
Yo, I said styles free like Bruce Lee. Bend with the breeze, snap back, make you bend at the knees. Relentless with these flows and delivery is always on time like US with the P. In the middle, 2 foes with a 0. Flats on the map, DOC, he's my hero. Cause he stayed busting for the regular folk who don't fall for the fantasy. Nope. So it's peace we provoke.
Oh.
Man.
Damn, that's tight and deep. I like it. No.
Just like that. And I was like, damn.
That's what he said. No.
Right? And so then, like I said, after that right there, he asked me just a few questions. And it was like, I got you, man. I can show you whatever you need to be done, and it'll work just like that. And I confused him because the shit worked just like that.
Just like that. And it was vice versa. I hopped on his show, his review after I was doing my reviews, and I was like, hey, I teach you some shit. I was like, I believe, Grant, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe I hop in your show, and I was like, if you play my song right now, I have 50 fucking people come in here right now.
Look at my face. He shows did that shit. And then he did that shit. So you know you gotta believe him after that.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. He's one of those people, you know, like, I'm gonna do this, and then next thing you know, he does this, you know, like you know, that's rare anymore. You know, people like to talk, but they don't really, you know, walk the walk.
You know what? I'm glad y'all both think that, because I'm a firm believer in that. Is like, I'm a man of my word. If I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. Like, I can't back down from it. Like, that's just something about me, something inside of me. If I put it inside me that I'm gonna do it, then I'm gonna do it.
That's good character to have. You know, definitely. I'm like that too. That's why I don't really, you know, commit to doing a whole lot. No.
Hey, I don't either. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't either because it's hard to even trust somebody
Yeah.
enough to even
Oh God.
give your time and effort to when you put so much into
For
something.
sure. That's the big thing.
When you
Yes.
have, so many dreams and aspirations of doing something, and then to put your trust into somebody else to
Hmm.
help you do it or help your dreams and your aspirations to come true. You can't really put that much into other people because not that many other people have
You
the
get let
same
down a
dreams and
lot.
aspiration as you. So
Exactly.
you get let down a lot. But I tell you what, this guy right here, bam bam,
Yo.
He's
bam
solid.
bam. I
Yeah.
told you I was
Well,
gonna
that's
call you
You
bam
did
bam.
say that. You did say that.
like that's been my problem, finding because I do everything on my own, and I mean I need a business manager, like a year ago, because it's overwhelming and I don't know what I'm doing, but it's okay, like you said, how do you find somebody that you can trust with everything? Because this person would literally have to have access to my entire life, to be able to do what they need to do to, get things up and running. And that's very scary to think about. I thought about reaching out to school because, I'm still in school to get, like an intern, because I thought that'd be a safe route, kind of to go, or making someone a shareholder, they're less likely to, rob from, something that they own.
Right, right, right. I'll tell you right now, Katie, because it is popping up. Katie Livingstone,
Do you remember when I used your
living
weed song for
Livingstone. Yeah, yeah. We still got a contract for that. You don't?
I know, right? Yeah, that was hilarious.
Like you say, right, fresher than you.
Man, she part of the team, fresher than you. Check her out, man. But I'm gonna tell you right. I'm gonna tell you right now. Something I just got hip to. A lot of people don't believe in astrological shit and stuff
Mhm.
like that. And you know what? I didn't either for a long time until I started actually reading into that shit. And like some of the shit it's been telling me lately is like get back to my roots.
Mhm.
Get back to, what made me me.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know what? A lot of, here on this goddamn podcast right now is the main people who helped me become me.
That's awesome. Well,
Like
see,
who I am today, like
Sweet.
y'all helped me with that. Like
it gets.
and so I thank Grant, I thank you, Kim, I thank
Oh,
you. Cause for
oh,
real, like y'all helped
Vice
me.
versa.
Yeah,
yeah,
no, for real, it
for
is
real.
personal because y'all helped me conform into the person I am today.
It's
And
important. Your vibe
I
attracts your
want,
tribe, and
yeah,
it's easy to get
I want,
derailed from the shit that you want to do because life comes into play, and most of life isn't what we want to do.
right,
you know,
right,
you know.
exactly. It's never what you want to do, but
Hmm.
what you have to do.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
people get it so misconstrued that because of what your dreams, you have a dream, you have a goal, and you set out to seek that dream and your goal. And when you set out to seek that dream and your goal, you don't ever anticipate any of the obstacles that come your way.
Exactly. And one of the biggest ones is nobody has your back. Everyone is like wanting you to fail for some reason. Like, I don't know if you come into that problem, but it's like, where's all these
It's
haters coming from?
it,
Like, aren't we supposed to
it,
lift each
it
other
is.
up? Like, yeah,
It
be
is.
proud,
It is.
you know?
How many times both of y'all ever posted, "Oh, I got the job. Oh,
Yeah.
I got the job," and y'all get 120 fucking likes.
Yeah,
Right.
But then you post, then
I
you
got you.
post,
I got you.
then you
And
post.
fuck that job. These motherfuckers ain't shit. I go
No,
out and
no,
break
no,
my neck
no,
with these bitches. They'll like that shit.
no.
yeah,
Grant. Then you go post and you say, "Oh, I started my own business."
yeah. No, we ain't buying
But you get
it.
You know what
two
that
fucking
means.
likes,
You know what that
Yeah,
two
it's like, what
know
the
two
what that
fuck?
fucking
means.
likes, one share.
I know.
Like
I wrote a book, all right, and
it's like
none of my family members have bought my book. Like, it was a kid's book. It's not like, it's like the novel of, it's
Oh,
not
okay.
something boring, but it's like, come on, just to show support. Like, what the hell? And I published it and did it all
it's
myself. No, we
it's
don't need
fu-
to be
it's
proud of
fuck
that.
it's fuck it's fucked up because you
Yeah.
know what I've been doing music since 2005,
Mm-hmm.
like professionally. I've been doing
Yeah.
music since 2005, and none of my family members, none of my cousins, none of my brothers, actually one of my brothers, has been to one of my shows.
Are you
That's
serious?
it. One of my
Damn.
brothers has been
See?
to one of my shows.
That's just
So
not even
like
cool.
none of my family has been to my show, and you know what? It kind of pissed me off really because like I seen this other guy, this artist and this performer, and he came out to one of my shows one of my events that I was hosting,
Mhm.
and not only did him and his friends show up, but his mom showed up, his grandma showed up,
Yeah.
his uncle, his aunt. I'm like,
He
bro,
brought
you
the
got
whole
your
squad.
you got your whole family here supporting. You don't even know how lucky you are, bro.
Yeah. And they don't. And that's the sad thing is most of the people that do have, you know, that kind of support system, they don't know otherwise. So they don't appreciate it, you know, and it's just like, I don't know, everybody takes things for granted for sure. You know, I'm glad to hear that you're getting back to your roots and things like that. That's important. You know, you got to stay grounded. Definitely. Don't forget where you came from because that's where you lose yourself. You know,
Absolutely,
and then,
absolutely.
you know.
And most people do. They get caught up
Mhm.
in the situation at hand and everything like life and
Yep.
everything, you know, everything that's playing a part in everybody's role in life. And I mean, we all go through that, but the main thing is you gotta stay focused.
Hmm. Yeah,
You
and
have to stay
definitely keep
focused.
your tribe, you know, like-minded, you know, people with the same mindset and goals. Definitely, you know, now that you know I'm older and I'm divorced now, it's like okay, you know, it's like I'm not really looking necessarily for love, more or less, you know, just like a person, just somebody I can trust. You know, it's like you know, business
Right.
contract, like all right, you know, point blank, this makes sense. You know, it's like if anybody's going
Hey,
anywhere in life, you got to have a person because nobody gives a fuck about anybody, you
hey,
know, and it's like you got to have
hey, I
somebody that
believe
you
it.
can trust, you
I
know.
believe it. Hey, hey, if it came down to it, my own wife would sign an NDA. Okay. All right.
I think I don't think you're the only one, you know. Like,
So I mean, it's that exclusive to me. Like, I come up with so much shit on the fly and
hmm.
shit, like all these ideas, like that could take entertainment and everything to the next level.
Yeah.
And I feel so salty about it because I can't express it and share it to nobody because it's my thunder. Like
Yeah.
that's just my thunder. So like for me to go and explain it to somebody else and expect them not to go do it behind my
See,
back,
and that's such a
that
shitty thing. Like, I would
that's
never
really
even think
hard.
about that. That's where I get screwed, you know, because I'm naive when it comes to that shit. Like, I assume people think the same way I do a lot of the time, you know. So it's like, all right,
Right.
I don't think to cover my ass like that, you know. I'm like, oh
But
yeah, you know, let's do
you
this, this.
have
Anymore,
to.
but yeah,
You have
people are
to.
just snakes,
You
man.
have to.
You know,
They
just some
are. They
swooping.
are. And
Yeah.
Grant, I'll take it back to I'll take it back to one of the last conversations we had when we talked about Stoner Jordan. When he tried to come after me and come after Freshman U Productions, and then I ended up going behind his back because he came after me. We were
Right.
supposed to be
Right.
a team and
Snatching
shit,
his
and
ass.
he fucked me over. Like he fucked me over. So the only way I could think about getting back at this guy was fucking him over. So
Hmm.
what I did
Eye
was
for an eye.
I went and bought the trademark to his name. So so he could no longer perform under
That's
Stoner
funny.
Jordan.
I'm sorry, but that's hilarious.
If he did, he had to pay me for it because I
That
now
is
own the
hilarious.
copyrights to that shit. Like
Yeah.
so,
That's the way to do it though. That's
I mean,
karma.
yeah, yeah, that's like 50 Cent did and
Hmm.
Michael Jackson. You know,
Yeah.
that's just the basically mature way in the business
Exactly.
world about going about it than scrapping it
Hmm.
out and shooting it
Yeah.
out and shit.
It's like that's
Like
fine,
no,
you know. I'll get royalties,
yeah,
residual.
right,
You know, I'm
yeah,
straight.
take your shit down or pay me.
Yeah. Yeah. It was remember
Period.
back in when last time I think we spoke, it was somebody was doing like an album cover where they were like something that you were supposed to do for them or something like that, and it
Oh
was
yeah.
remember that?
That was my last artist that I signed. Actually, he's shelved right now. He can't do shit.
Really?
Actually, I had to take him to court and I sued him and won and I won.
Heck yeah.
And now he's shelved until 2025.
No shit.
He cannot produce nothing. He cannot make nothing
That's what
or
happens.
do anything without my say so because he's signed as an artist under my contract.
I was gonna say that's what people, you know, they
To
get just a
freshen
little bit
you.
of yeah, they get a little bit
But
of you know fame, and they're just like, "Ooh, go here, go here." You know, it's like, nah, that ain't cool. You know,
well,
like
the thing about it is, you know, everything would have been copacetic between me and him had he not been taking my beats and selling
yeah,
them to other people.
Yeah,
and saying they were his beats, and then collecting all the money from it and not giving me my due process because I was the one who created it.
Just the shitty graphics and stuff for the album cover made it look bad. You know, remember? Like it just looked.
Yeah.
It's just not good.
Yeah. What'd you say, Grant?
I said, yeah, you can't even with that extra shit. You can't be doing that.
Yeah, you can't be doing that.
Out, you know, stuck your hand out for him. Then he was just like, "Oh no, let me get a piece of it."
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
I got this. I can do this.
Instead of trying to get everybody else to eat, you just trying to eat on your own. You ain't even doing shit.
Yeah, it's like you can't forget the people that helped make you. You know.
Right. You know what the fucked up part is? So I got an a cipher right now. It's got eight different people on it right now, including him. I can't even release because he did that shit. He did me so dirty.
You're not even allowed to release it like under a different, like if he a different name.
No, because
like
if I release it, while he's signed under me, technically he can sue me.
Really?
So yeah. So I have
even
to
if you introduce him to the world, like reinvent his character.
If he decided to come to me and be like, "Hey, I'm sorry, blah blah blah," and I was like, "All right, cool, then we're gonna release this track," then I could do it under his acceptance. But because we haven't spoke and he has not contacted me since the lawsuit,
right?
You
could do something cool with that, though. You could, like I said, you could, like a phoenix, reinvent his whole entire character and have it be a separate entity. So it technically wouldn't be. You know I mean,
it would still be him. He himself.
But I mean, like a business though, kind of. Like I'm separate from my business because I screwed up when I set it up and accidentally went that way.
and that's kind of what he did. It was he signed himself fully over for 5 years. Like he was like, "No, I want to do a 5-year contract." I'm like, "Bro, you don't want to just do a 1-year contract so we can see how this work out?" He was like, "No, I want to sign for 5 years. I want the contract for 5 years." So I was like, "All right, if that's what you want."
You still got to put out my metal version of "Hold On," Wilson Phillips remake.
And within the first year, he royally fucked things over.
He looked
within
like
the first thing. He talked about. I had to screenshot things about him talking about other people being his manager and everything when he was signed to my label and everything, and I was his manager, and so it's just stupid shit. And it was just, if I don't make an example out of somebody,
I like that you're professional like that though, because a lot of people, they just let that shit slide, and then that's
right
go under. But you've always been real professional with that.
And it's like, you know what? If I let him slide and don't make an example out of him, then everybody else that comes in contact with me is just going to think that they can slide under the bus too.
Yeah.
And just be like, "Oh, well, he's soft and he ain't going to do that." No, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Like
fuck you. Do your work. Do your work, nigga. If you don't put in your work, then I'm taking you to court.
Yeah.
Period.
Exactly. Or you take credit for work that you didn't do.
Especially when you're taking my shit and presenting it as your shit to somebody
and not even
else,
mention it. Yeah.
And then collecting money off of it and not even paying me.
Yeah. And wasn't he dogging you a little bit there at the end there? Like,
Yep. And he was dogging me, shit talking me, all that shit. God. So
I turned into like a Suge Knight type thing. Was that what I'm thinking of?
Oh no, it didn't turn into a Suge Knight type thing. Because
if I would
have turned into Suge Knight, then
right.
Guess what?
Who was it that went against? Was it Easy? Who went against their
it would have been all over media.
Oh my gosh, you do have a temper.
Local rapper and local.
I was gonna say, I remember you called me one night. You're like,
local record label.
I punched something in the face.
Stabs artists for.
I mean, that's just dog.
Local rapper and local record label.
Aren't your hands like a deadly thing?
Takes
Isn't that a thing?
Takes a successful artist out of the game.
Yeah, you're right. With his deadly robot hands.
Yeah.
Tuned in at 11.
Look, Grant. My hands is registered.
Yeah, his hands registered. Deadly weapons.
Hey.
He don't need no guns.
Ain't no guns, got them hands.
Man, let that fish hit you one time.
That
Big ass fish.
I was gonna say scarred up with the knuckles all swollen. Mine's like that too. I'm 4'9".
Yeah, you can see from last time. Look at that little lump.
Yeah, mine are like that too, man. My younger years, I was a scrapper. I wasn't a scrapper really, but everybody wanted to fight with me because I could fight. You know, I don't know. I thought a couple of my friends when I was younger taught me how to fight, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
You look like a little scrappy dude.
So you was 4'9"?
4'9" and a half.
That's why they.
She said, "Fuck 4'9", I'll 6'19" your ass.
On my license it says 4'11" because my license says 4'11" because if it's under 4'10", it's I gotta have a midget thing. Yeah, I have to have like a shortness of stature thing on my license. I have to sit on a booster seat.
That's what I was just about to say. You had to get you a booster seat.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm 4'11".
Hey, Grant. I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry for this, Kim, but I gotta say it.
Oh God.
You know how she be. You know how she be driving.
Shut the fuck up. For real, dude. I'm gonna be dead on impact as soon as I get a car accident or something like that. Things go up, Well, no, the newer cars are a little bit better. There's more space age, so they like raise up and stuff. But that's like one of my things I have to have in a car.
They need to fucking fix that because that airbag gonna kill you.
It is. Well, yeah. I had my brother-in-law. He used to work at a dealership, and I had an Acadia. And he was just like, Kim, you were going to get killed if something hit you. I'm like, well, what the fuck you want me to do? Like,
that front airbag deploy, you done for.
Yeah.
Right. And you're riding that close to the steering wheel. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I know. I'm trying to get, more cool with it now that I'm older. I kind of lean with it a little bit and got more comfortable because I'm not very, I can't.
To the young jock, lean with it, right?
Yeah, it's like,
I'm
like pimping with it and shit like that, but this close. Like. And then I've got my cavadoodle Dream, who likes to hold on to my back when I'm driving. So, I need an Audi. That's a good car for my age, I think. That's
don't get an Audi.
Nah, I'm 42. That's a perfect single woman career lady, trying to, get laid.
Trying to die.
Trying to die. Tied down. Trying to die. No, that would be.
You from Ohio? You trying?
No, that'd be a Volvo.
You trying to die in a snowstorm? No, all these is all rear wheel.
That's a Volvo. I didn't though, and I was not in the right headspace really.
No, don't get you no Audi. You better get you an SUV.
I had one, and I don't.
Not in Ohio. Not in Ohio. If you was go down to Alabama, then get you an Audi, but not in Ohio.
Why?
Because how you going to drive? Okay, from the month
they're all-wheel drive, dude.
Not all Audis do. No.
Look it up.
You look it up.
I did. I have my research.
I'm a mechanic. I'm a mechanic.
Really?
I know.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. They're all no. Okay. Well, I'll get one that is. He's like, whatever.
What you gonna get? Audi A4?
I like the A4. Yeah, I like the A6. A6 was okay. What's the one that's a convertible? That's kind of slick too.
Both of those is rear wheel drive.
Yeah. No, they're all wheel.
No.
The A6. I tested.
A4 is.
They're kind of slick looking though. There's some cool. I like
the R6, the R8, anything but above an R6 is rear wheel.
Really, God, see, real world. I'm stupid.
And that's when you get into the sporty ones. The R.
I would love to have something like that, but man, I don't have good luck with it. Like the new Challengers, those are slick.
Any of the R's, you can't drive in the snow. I'll tell you that right now. You cannot drive. The A's, all the A's you can drive. The A4, the A6.
Look,
see, he'll bring it up. A4, A6.
Audi is the most successful premium manufacturer of vehicles with permanent all-wheel drive worldwide.
No. Hey, and then search up Subaru.
We're not looking at Subaru. Yeah, Subarus are good. They're slick too.
Subarus are probably the best cars
They are pretty cool.
One of the best cars you could ever possibly buy from Subaru is the Subaru Legacy.
Those are tight. I was looking at those too. Actually, I didn't like What other ones was I looking at? I looked at so many. I like Nissan, like the new Altimas. I used to like the Maximas, but then I look like Batmobiles, and the Altimas look like the Maximas used to.
Yeah.
So,
I will get that Batmobile.
Right?
Yeah, right.
The Batmobile.
I know. That'd be slick. Get a cape.
Jump out. Justice.
In my vigilante.
You gotta have a weed cape though. Living
Yeah, it'd
Stone.
be like Hit Girl.
where it's just living and then weed and then
And then
stone.
Stoned. Yeah. Right? That's hilarious. And it was like all geared toward like the moms of the stoner world.
And then you gotta have a big one coming off your spoiler to where
like Cheech and Chong with the smoke coming out and shit like that, you know? Like the whole car is just made with just straight brick, just weed. Like and hash oil, everything. Yeah.
Right.
That'd be cool.
Hell yeah.
Did you guys did you go to the Ledges at all? If you ever perform out there, you should go Ledges.
Speaking of the Ledges, Summerfest 2024.
Yeah, you gonna be there for real?
I
wanted to set up a thing because I'm ordained, you know, and I was gonna like universally, and I don't believe in marriage and stuff, but I was gonna do, you know, like pagan, like you know, okay, like a Vegas style thing, because you know all these little hippied out, oh my gosh, you know, do like a hand fasting thing, you know, and then like make a little CD, you know, for them with like binaural beats, you know, for, you know, to consummate their, I don't know, you can make a lot of money doing that, you know, with my little finger symbols.
Grant doesn't know the hype behind the Ledges or knows what the Ledges is.
Oh man, you gotta come up here for the Ledges.
If somebody says they're gonna put on an event at the Ledges, how big is that? Can you tell them? Can you tell them?
It's retarded, and it's an awesome outdoor. You can't. I mean, it's huge. The Ledges. I mean, everybody comes to the Ledges nowadays. Remember back in the day when I was in high school, it was just starting. That was cool,
I mean, shit. Yeah. Last year we had Badfish up there.
Yeah, that's the last time I was there. I see Badfish.
What do they call Tropic?
Tropic Thunder. Or not
Tropic Thunder? No, not Tropic Thunder.
That's a movie.
No, you're thinking of Tropical Thunder, the movie. I was thinking about the same shit, Tropical Thunder.
So I'm the dude disguised as the other dude.
Something like that, though. I know it's oh my gosh, it's the same vibe too.
Tropic fish, Tropic something.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to look this up because that's
Tropic Thunder or something. Yeah, they're a dope band, but they play up there a lot. Last year I was like this close, bro, to having Jack Black and his band coming out to play at Summerfest last year.
Oh damn!
That's awesome. I didn't go to Summerfest. I never been to that one.
I know you ain't been to none of my events.
I know. Cause we haven't been able to connect for like a year and a half.
I know it's been like a year and a half.
Tropidelic.
Tropidelic. Thank you. Tropidelic. Give them their flowers. Give them their flowers. Shit. Yeah. We have to give them their flowers. That's an Ohio band, native band, so we got to give them their flowers.
That's such a fun show.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Tropidelic. Yes. You ever heard of Dante's Inferno?
Yeah. You know, I have to read the band or the game or the book.
I was with I know the game.
Or the game. Yeah.
No. The band.
Nah, there's a band.
They're a local band. They got like a 20K following right now.
No shit.
They came and performed at Summerfest last year.
That's cool. I was thinking of the book. It's actually on my reading list for Western literature or whatever this summer. I was excited about it. I attempted to read the Divine Comedy, but it was like way too, you know, intense for me because it was like the original one that a friend of mine had brought back from when he was overseas in the Air Force. So it was really cool, you know, but it was, you know, not made for dummies. So it wasn't written in layman's terms, you know, but this one kind of is. So I'm pretty stoked about that.
Hear that. Yeah, Dante's Inferno, they got quite a bit of a following, and
what type of vibe is it?
Rock.
Really? Yeah, I kind of figured it was something. I like the metal rap and, you know, like shit like that. I like it. It's like real. I don't know, just raunchy.
At Summerfest, I had so many bands. Like it was literally, I actually literally got away from hip hop and only had like I think 5 hip hop artists.
That's cool though.
And a couple R&B artists, and I switched my genre completely for this festival for like bands. Like I wanted the bands to be there because
you got to show that you can, you're diverse too with everything.
Yeah, I had to show my diversity, and plus it was just such a strategic move on the business side to, throw a multi-day festival and have a band and have bands there and not, artists.
Yeah, I remember back in the day putting, helping friends put together raves, and this was back before it was, the way it is now. So it was still kind of underground, like the Eagles Nest and shit like that was, still around. So it was cool because it was like that, it was like last minute, like Frankie Bones or, you know what I mean? Like just grabbing, whoever, you could get. And it was, I don't know, it was exciting though back then because you didn't know who'd be on the venue, but I think it was Funky Charms. And that was an interesting thing. Funky Charms 5, I think, was the last one or something. And I had a little bit to do with that, putting a couple people on the venue, my dude, Anthony Rich. And that was an awesome, they did it at the Flats, I think, that year. But it was really cool. But man, that's, had people just, gunning, wanting these spots, for everything.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of the Flats, that's the next person I'm working on right now as we speak is Rover.
Really?
So Rover, Dieter, whoever's listening to this shit right now, when y'all see this shit, just know like, I'm the motherfucker that be trying to call in, and Charlie won't put my shit through. So fuck Charlie, okay? I'm saying it right now. Fuck Charlie.
Charlie bit me.
Charlie bit me.
Oh, Charlie. Oh my God. So
Charlie.
Cool. Charlie.
Yeah, fuck Charlie.
That was the cutest freaking video ever.
Fuck Charlie. No, I need everybody right now to say fuck Charlie. Fuck 1, 2, 3.
Fuck Charlie.
Fuck Charlie.
Fuck Charlie. I'll be trying to get on there, man. I'll be trying to get on there, and this motherfucker don't let me through.
I think Vincenzo's been working with I want to say the Agora. Is it the Agora? What's the one on is it the Agora? No, the one that
Agora.
The reopen. That was
They got one right now, three key piano or some shit like that right now that they're doing.
An old one. No, it was like
that's at the Agora.
No, it wasn't. It was like the Agora though. That same time frame, but they closed down for a while, and then they opened back.
Are you talking about Rover? You talking about Rover Fest?
No, it was like a bar. It wasn't.
I was about to say Rover Fest is down in the
my God, it begins with an O. Odeon, maybe something like that.
Oh, the Odeon,
something like that. Is that back up?
Yes, the Odeon. Yeah. Yes, the Odeon. Yes, I performed there a few times.
That was a cool spot. That was real cool. I like the Agora. That's a fun spot.
Odeon is fun.
Yeah.
Odeon is fucking huge.
That's why I like the Agora too, because it's just, I don't know, it's homey there, it's just familiar.
I have not got the privilege to open or do anything at the Agora yet.
Really?
But I have been to the Odeon a few times because I know a bunch of people down there. Shout out to Chris Stark and all those who work at the Odeon. Appreciate y'all, and I appreciate the love that y'all be showing. But I've gotten to perform at the Odeon a few times. The Agora, I know some people there, but I ain't trying to use no leverage to get in there. Like,
right, you're good though. That's like, I wouldn't. I'd be like
I'm trying to do shit on my own these days. Like, where like I'm just like, yo, you see what I'm doing, so it's like, you see what I'm doing, so I'm trying to get in there.
Yeah.
You want people to pay for tickets or not?
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
That's what sells it though. I mean, that's what that's all they really care about. You show them the numbers and.
Yep. Ticket sales.
Have at it. Yeah, definitely. What's up? We got to do a documentary. I want to do something. Kind of like an urban legend type thing, with just some, creepy, weird shit, that you come across. I don't know, just some weird things, things people don't talk about. I live in a creepy ass area,
We could do a pre-recorded show where we just do that. Ain't that right, Grant?
Awesome.
That's right.
Just go interview people.
About the wild out. Be like, don't go in there.
Don't go in there. Don't go in there.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all,
Whatever
y'all,
you do,
y'all
don't
need
talk
to,
about
y'all,
this.
y'all,
Like, don't
y'all,
say these words.
y'all need to watch y'all need to watch. Speaking of which, y'all need to watch my fucking Gore Orphanage video.
I saw that. You remember you sent me that?
My Gore Orphanage video. That shit. That's
classic.
Grant. Look, Grant. I'm telling you right now, this shit is better than any horror flick, and it's not even scary. It's scary,
but it's
like
real.
and it's real. Like it's like real camera live shit.
Like Blair Witch.
And it's more, and it's like Blair Witch, and it's more scarier than any other fucking movies out there right now. You just be like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? Nothing happens. Like you hear some shit, you can hear some shit on the audio.
It's so
like,
funny because
you can hear some shit in the audio.
Yeah.
And there's some shit that I added into it, just to make it feel, but the shit you hear in that shit, that shit ain't fake. That shit was real. That's right down here in Gore Orphanage.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm a little lightweight scared to go back down there.
There's a lot of places like that. Yeah, I get scared of stuff like that. It's funny, I'm like kind of a.
I'm not scared of it. It's just
I'm scared of anything that's unknown. I think everybody is.
I can't go down somewhere, especially the ground zero of somewhere, with somebody who's scared.
Because they'll freak you out.
If I go there with somebody who's scared, then it's gonna fuck with me. Come be like, oh, but they scared, so they scared, so now I gotta worry about them, and now I can't even focus on while we're down here.
Right. Yeah. You remember that? And get what was it called? The MTV did not Are You Afraid of the Dark, but oh my god, where they went to like the prisons and shit like that, and they had to stay the night. It had voodoo for Godsmack.
You're talking about what Zach? What's the name? They did
Efron.
Yeah, not Zac Efron. What was the name of what's it called? What the fuck is that show called?
Who was in the show? Besides
it was
remember the bald head dude?
And there was like a bunch of
Zach with the paranormal
it was a bunch of
investigators. It was like a paranormal investigator.
Yeah, but it's all amateur, and they had like these different things that they had to do.
Ghost hunters.
Yeah.
Yes,
but
Ghost
it was like
Hunters.
When it first came out, it was
Ghost,
like that.
Yes, Ghost Hunters. Yes, thank you.
And it was on MTV. It was cool.
You.
I think it was like Fear or something.
No, it was called Ghost Hunter. It was called Ghost Hunters.
No, on MTV. Hold on,
It was called.
It was called
Fear. Fear Factor.
No, it's just called Fear.
Fear.
MTV. I'll send you a link to it. But yeah, that was a cool show. I said it was before Ghost Hunters and stuff. It was come out. Probably set them over or whatever. But that was a cool show. Yeah, Godsmack was the theme song.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
they went to the prison.
That was right before. That was right before Ghost Hunters.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it kind of all came out like that.
Right. Yep. I always thought about joining the Ghost Hunters team.
Yeah, I think I have a friend that sleeps with one of the dudes from something like that. I'll be like, and for rent.
Hey, I'll be like Tom and that motherfucker. Like
he comes into town every once in a while,
Hey, I'll be like Tom and that motherfucker. Y'all pay me the right goddamn price. I go up here and sit in this bitch all by myself.
I get scared, man. My head is like the worst spot for me to be in a place like that. I will create all kinds of things.
See, now that's the worst thing. You cannot let your mind get a hold of you.
It's horrible.
In those type of situation.
And then I'm a psych major, so I'm just like.
And you have to. The thing about it is you have to keep an open mind, because if you don't keep an open mind about it, like then your mind is going to attack you while you in there. And then I mean, I don't know how too many people believe, but I believe there's a spiritual and a physical realm. So like you trying to tap into a spiritual realm.
Yeah, and it may not want to be tapped into.
You might go ahead and tap into it, but you might not be ready. And if you ain't ready for it, then them spirits going to attack you.
You remember that episode of oh my god, the American Horror Story where like that she was getting like screwed by that demon.
Oh yeah,
that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
the demon in latex.
Hey, she fucked me up with that one. Grant, she fucked me up with that one. She was like, remember when the demon was fucking the bitch? Yeah, that one was kind of cool.
That was pretty cool.
I ain't gonna lie, I was with that shit.
She talking about what was the name of that movie? What was the scary movie?
Yeah, ghosty.
Well, it happened in there too. Yeah, it wasn't as hard of a scene, but like.
I remember a scary movie when she was getting fucked too.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I go under the covers and fuck you like a ghost.
You be moaning and shit. Oh my god, that's funny. That's hilarious. There's I read a book.
Who give head like that?
It's like only dead niggas give head like that.
Like
they ain't got no teeth usually. No. That's so fucked up.
He got that serpent tongue.
Oh man.
He got that serpent tongue.
It's all like blackened from his soul, man. Like, hence the latex over.
Bruh. Yeah, that shit right on time, bruh.
That's funny. I think it'd be kind of nifty. I mean, it definitely would be something to experience. Because it'd be like, oh no, like, oh okay.
oh no, wait a minute.
Stop, no.
Hey, damn.
So, question, Kim, you still doing the psilocybin shit?
Suicide?
No, I didn't say suicide.
See, that's when that shit popped.
That's what.
I'm like,
that's why they shouldn't call it the same goddamn shit because
that show was
people
like
get confused. Psilocybin
situation, like
psilocybin. Oh, yeah. Microdosing.
Yeah,
absolutely. I have to maintain a grade point average.
Now, what
Again,
is
psychology major?
Say that one more time.
Yeah, say that one more time.
Oh,
say that one more time.
The microdosing thing.
The microdosing.
I have to say absolutely. I have to maintain my grade point average. I'm a psych major. Any paper, my dissertation and shit like that. It's all on healing and alternate states of consciousness. And me.
Go ahead and hit the cheers on that one, Grant. Go ahead and hit the cheers on that one.
Yes, because there's a lot to be said about the human mind, and we have to have faith. The little kids book that I wrote, Faith the Unicorn. It's a non-denominational way of reminding us of the importance of faith. And really and the different forms that it can or needs to come in for us to make things happen for ourselves. It's easier for us to believe that something else is going to assist us in this when really it's all in here. So
can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Yeah.
On that note, you said you wrote a book.
Yeah, Faith the Unicorn.
You wrote a book. Is it published?
Yeah, it's on Barnes and Noble and Amazon, stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, shout it out. What's the title of the book, and where can you find it?
It is Faith the Unicorn, Self-Awareness for Kids.
Faith the Unicorn, Self-Awareness for Kids.
Yeah, you can find
it. And where can we find it?
Noble, Amazon. It's on a bunch of different things. If you Google it, it'll come up. It's I wrote it under Katie Livingston. So, but it was something that I was telling my daughter one day with a stuffed unicorn around Christmas time when I kind of needed it to hear it for myself. And I was like, oh my God, I've never really explained it as clearly, like this to get it to understand, and I made it a unicorn because that's how it would get a child to look and understand what faith is a little bit easier maybe than, God,
right.
Buddha or something like that. So I wanted to do a 3-part series with it. There it is. I did all the drawings and stuff.
Oh, did you already throw it up there, Grant?
Like a champ.
Oh, okay. So look, I was already on it. I was trying to go search for it and bring it up. There it is. Faith, Unicorn, Self-Awareness for Kids. There you go, guys. There you go.
Isn't that it's a bestseller? But yeah, I was gonna
last year.
Yeah, well, I put it out last year on ebook, and then it was like February. Has it been a year already? Yeah, I guess March. I think it was. I finally figured out because I did all the editing and publishing myself, and that's a bitch. So it was. Yeah, it took me a minute to do that. So the paperback, to get it formatted and everything took a little bit longer. But
can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
Like KD Livingstone. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, that's what's up, girl. That's what's up.
There's like a little
I'm proud of you.
thing on the back.
I'm so proud of you because you've been talking about doing a lot of shit. Like since we've known each other, you've been talking about doing a lot of shit, and I'm like
I'm
really
kind of like you. I come up with all these ideas. It's like,
I'm really proud of you for that.
Thank you.
But I really want to know is, where did you go for publishing?
Well, Amazon offers a really cool thing. If you do it yourself, it's oh god, I'm trying to plug this. I can't remember what the name of it is, but they allow you to self-publish. It's difficult because you're doing it all, like right down to it. But I submitted this thing. I don't even know for like months, and it kept getting kicked back because formatting wasn't right. It wasn't
right
this
right,
and that.
right.
And it was just like, oh my goodness. But they'll do it print on demand for you when you're starting out, so you don't, they'll put up, and then you give them a percentage or whatever it is for that. And then but I've been looking into outsourcing it, having it printed, because I want to do, okay, this is silly, I want to get like a cool RV and like do Fake the Unicorn tour bus, and like give it, because I don't want to charge really for it, kids, but I mean it's kind of cool, and I guess I want to do a 3-part series. The second one is Hope the Butterfly, and then the third one would be the place where a dream sleeps, and it's the importance of dreams and things like that. It's molded after my dog.
since you want to do that and you made it known, I'm gonna let you know right now.
I have to do that.
I've let you know. I've let you in and everybody else in on this secret on all the podcasts so far. I believe this, Grant, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I've let everybody know on this podcast I am a publisher. Fresher Than You Productions is a publisher. I signed up. I paid my dues to become a publisher under BMI.
Really?
So if you would like,
I did not even know that.
If you'd like to not have that kickback,
yeah,
I can publish you.
For sure. That's awesome. Like writing, that's always been like that's.
But it's got to be good. It's got to be good.
Oh,
it's got to be good.
It's me.
hey, look at that.
That's the one thing I'm confident with. My writing has always been, my thing, but there's just not much money to be made with it, so I just do, little things here and there. But, I got from Focal, I had something kicked back, and I was kind of proud of this because it's a conspiracy theory. I wrote it in 2003, and when it wasn't happening, and it was, my mind was, elevated a little bit. And when I wrote it, and it was 226 pages and it rhymed. It was, like this whole
we got a natural see, and if it rhymed, that means, and you talked about this to me before about being a rapper.
That's exactly. Again.
So why not take?
Because I can't find my rhythm.
Why not take it to the next stage and just
bust it out
and just do a rap and do a rap on it?
Be like
do a rap on the book.
Yeah.
If not,
book. What about my unicorn book? My unicorn book.
If you really want to outsource, I probably do it. Okay, I'd probably do Cat in the Hat, but.
See, I think I was gonna say like something like that. Back in the day, I wanted to, when I was like spinning, I thought it'd be cool to do, like just a little, like, I don't know, bubblegum type party thing, rave thing for kids, you know what I mean? Because there's binaural beats, things like that, minus the extracurricular, but
I was about to say like, damn,
but you can kids, you can teach a lot with, like about emotions and things like that about themselves, and self-awareness, just with color and sound.
Yeah, true, very true.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty cool. I taught my daughter how to spin and things like that, and because she's funny, because she'll go and sit in the corner and she'll meditate on her own and things like that, just to center herself. Like, she's awesome. But I taught her how to do that stuff because I was learning binaural beats to help myself, because at that time I was like, man, YouTube could be brainwashing me with these positive affirmations, and so I'm gonna make sure that I have and did my whole house chakra, because it was like it was a really dark time. I needed.
I said it had came in and she was like Snake, like.
Yeah. Hey. I teach my daughter the same thing. It's crazy. Like I teach her.
Yeah, it's cool though. She's gonna be amazing because of that. Like she's so much smarter, and they pick up on shit really quick. Music is, it's the only thing that we as humans, can identify with. The closest thing I should say, as far as like a shared perception to give you, So that's why it's neat. It's universal. It's like nobody really sees the same thing, but music will make you feel the same thing. Even if it's a different experience, it'll still provoke the same emotion. And right now, that's important, because it's synthetic as hell, about to be really synthetic, with everything being online, and eventually, the experience is going to be gone, and we're just going to be reading about somebody else's in terms of definition of what love is, or and that's scary as hell, man. I don't like that, I don't like
that. With everything changing and everything, the crazy part about that, when I think about it, is the old school like nursery rhymes that we grew up on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They don't even sing those no more.
And a lot of them, they've got core values in there,
Everything's about baby shark do. Like where's the core value? Where's the core value in baby shark do mama shark?
Because they're dumbing us down.
Yeah, I just had this conversation today. I was like, the media
yeah, everybody's freaking out. They're like, "Oh shit, people are thinking now. Time to
what was the song before that?
Are you sure you want me to do it?
What was the song? What was the song before that?
It was a song that easily went that some people just started singing it, not knowing what it was.
It's a song that never ends.
Song that never ends.
Do you remember the pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows?
Ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Some people started singing and then
oh my god, I forgot about
and they'll continue singing it forever just because it's a song that never ends.
Have you ever heard the pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows?
No.
No, bust it out for us.
It's just like pink fluffy unicorn dancing over and over and over again. Look on YouTube.
No, sing it. We want to hear it. Sing it. You guys
that's what it is. It's like pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows, and it's got this fluffy pink unicorn dancing on a rainbow. And there's like 24 hours of this on. Wow. Yeah, my daughter played for me. I was laughing my ass off.
I want to hear it. Sing it. You guys sing it.
I sang it. That's
Sing it. I just sang it. This is the song that
you did. That's all it says. Like it's over and over again.
It goes on and on, my friend.
Well, Grant's gonna look it up, maybe.
Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it just forever, just because this is a song.
Who sang that? Where did that come from? Was it the Bananas and Pajamas?
No, that was Lamb Chop's Play Along.
Oh my god! You remember Bananas and Pajamas?
Lamb Chops Play Along, where kids come to play along.
I liked that. I liked that show.
Something fun never ends. Yeah.
And the Teletubbies.
Man, the Teletubbies the Teletubbies is a scary fucking story. If you go dive down deep in that rabbit hole, that's
I know.
Motherfucking scary ass story.
All kinds of different things with Poe.
That was
I love people and really their ideas though. You gotta give shout out to the world and their imaginations just to make things interesting.
Really. But that was really like dark, deep and dark that they came out with the Teletubbies, because the Teletubbies, this is factual, you can actually Google this. Teletubbies originated from a bunch of orphanage kids who actually tried to eat television. They tried to eat televisions and put the televisions in their stomach.
Are you fucking? You're done. Really?
Wow, they just wanted to watch TV and they came in and tried to take their shit.
No, I swear to God. Search this
out. I'm gonna find out. I remember that.
This is factual. This is factual. Go and search that shit up. This is factual. Like Teletubbies came from a real orphanage where these kids were delusional and they tried to eat the television and shit and put the television in their stomachs. And like a bunch of like orphanage kids die doing this.
It is crazy. What is it with
Like
orphanages?
the shit is so satanic. Like is
See, everything
ridiculous.
is, it probably has something to do. See, and this is what like creeps me out. I don't know what you guys, back down where you're at and things like that, but around here, something that like we had to make aware of is, this human trafficking epidemic that's going on, and it's just it is scary as hell.
I'm pretty
and
sure
it's like
that's
things
everywhere.
like that. Yeah, and things like that, man. I don't put anything past shit, because it's like, all right, everything. It's like, all right, why are they putting this here? Why is this repeating? Why is, you know what I mean? It's like, what are they trying to do here? Like just get kids. It's like, I don't like it, man. It scares the shit out of me. This ex relationship I was just in, man.
What hurt me the most was finding out that Ohio is one of the top 10 human trafficking states in the world.
Yeah, I'm looking into getting certified and helping the victims, of that. Like I said, this relationship that I'm getting out of was questionable.
Just from being in Ohio alone, it's kind of hard to even imagine that we would be a sex trafficking ring.
Yeah, so they're doing foster kids, things like that, and it's like, because they're getting them when they're young, and half of them, I don't mean to be, and I'm not stereotyping or anything like that, but factual. Most of these parents, that have lost, kids to the foster system, like permanently, or they're in there, they're usually drug addicts or something of that nature. So they're, it's to stay out of the system or whatever. They're selling these kids. It's like.
Yeah, I just watched a thing on Judge Christina, where the girl on there, she said she sold her kids to somebody in Brazil for $500.
God,
and the dad was on there like he was just like, what the fuck you mean? Like, you sold our kids for $500 to somebody in Brazil that you don't even know, and now they've been there 2 weeks and she ain't had no communication or nothing with the kids, and it's like, how you know them kids ain't even gone?
That's what I'm saying. I hate that. Like, it just makes me sick. People, that's why, I understand, it takes away a lot of like the freedom of choice and shit like that, but we obviously are not responsible enough as humans. We don't make the right decisions to have that responsibility of being able to decide whether or not we can have children or not. There should be some type of at least psychiatric evaluation, something, because you should not even be able to sell your kid, like, your heart. You shouldn't be able to do that. Like, there's.
I believe the same thing about people driving on the road. You shouldn't be over 80 years old and being allowed to drive on the goddamn road, because
for real,
pissing people off.
It's like, I understand, we have to have, like, our freedom and things like that, or everyone's going to explode, into, a frenzy. But I mean, like I said, there comes a point where it's just like, all right, you kind of exhausted that privilege, like,
right.
You're killing it for the rest of us here, because that shit ain't, it's unsettling. My oldest is 22, and it's scary there, but my youngest is 10, and she's, well, Doc, how your daughter's, she's beautiful, and it's like, you got the internet now, and it's just like, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
You
know what? And I was just, I had this conversation tonight about how much, think about it. When we was, all of us are old enough to know this in this room right now. When we were young, oh shit, hold on, sorry, my shit going wonky right now, my camera. When we was all younger and shit, like, think about how we had to research shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember?
My dad would be like, look it up.
You remember? That's exactly what I was gonna say. Remember going to the encyclopedia and having to reference shit? Yeah. We used to have to reference shit.
Yeah, I have to do that in school now. It's
nowadays, they don't even write in cursive no more. So
you have to write it all. I talk text everything for school.
They don't have to write nothing. They can everybody can easily go on Google and just search some shit.
They're dumbing us down. They're making it so we literally don't have to know anything. And then eventually, I wrote a paper on this. With we're all gonna have like this, our AI. We got this thing that's gonna eventually agree with us and tell it. It's gonna hype us up and tell us. And so there's gonna be these people walking around thinking, you know what I mean? It's gonna get dangerous. It's definitely gonna be.
Grant, I'll tell you this right now. Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Chat GPT. like, I mean, I use it for so much. Grant, I
Uh-huh.
know you do too.
You know it.
I use this thing for so much, and
It's
it's like,
cool. It is
it's
neat.
really cool. It's really cool, but it's scary at the same time because
Yeah,
like,
very, very scary.
how can something give me something? I type in what I want, and then
Uh-huh.
it just auto
Boom.
Spits it
generates
out. You know,
something that
we had,
exactly what I want to say and what I want to hear and what I
yeah,
know other people want to hear.
want to
And
hear.
that's it's scary. It's scary.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
really
one of
fucking
the
scary.
things we had to go over, because like, people don't realize it. Like, okay, it's all these things are given all this information and stuff, but it's not necessarily right information, but so many people, they're taking it as that. So like, in being in school, they're like, okay, make sure that you validate, and you're going through, because
Hmm.
it'll it's not, it might not necessarily be that way. It's just going to generate from all
Right.
these other things,
Right.
and it's, so you're going to get a lot of false information, is going to be given out there, because who's really going to, know that? And if you know how it is, okay, you got more than one person manifesting a thought, boom, that's it.
And,
you
and
know?
I say it on every podcast, don't I, Grant? I feel like Rob Dyrdek with my facts that I be spitting. But you can go fact check it, and
Yeah.
it's real. It's
Yeah.
legit.
Fact number
It's,
27.
right?
Right. Have to have it in the corner
It's
popping up.
it's legit. Like I will not
Yeah.
get on here and speak on some shit unless
Yeah. Well,
I
that's
do
something.
not
Yeah,
know that
exactly.
it's
Was it?
factually true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I wasn't saying you. I was saying, like when people are using it for, to write like term papers on something, a subject, and it, they'll turn it in because they won't even research what the
Right.
subject
Right.
matter really was about. And then it has nothing. I mean, it's, it sounds right, but, when it goes and
Right.
gets fact checked
Right.
or whatever,
Yeah.
it's like,
Right.
no,
It's
that's
like
not
somebody
it.
somebody writing a report on the Civil War and be like, "Oh, it's East versus
Hmm.
West." No, it's North versus
Yeah.
South.
Uses like, yeah, the predictive text and,
You know.
shit like that. I like it because it'll reword things, like more professionally, or however you want it. Like I like Grammarly a lot. I use that.
I
That's
use
a,
Grammarly. Yeah.
yeah.
Freaking out, and it was just like, oh damn, bro, that was professional as hell. I didn't know if that was you or not. I had to call and check. Been like,
What was the one? What was the one I said, Grant? The tortoise. The tortoise. Did you know this, Ken? So back in the day, the way they used to keep track of time was by the back of a tortoise.
Really, I think I did hear something like that, but I don't know the how with like the.
So on the back of a tortoise, they have 13 inner squares and
Okay.
28 outer squares.
Okay.
So they
Huh.
used each square of the outer square to count the days of the month, which was 28 days.
That's cool.
And the
Huh.
inside of the inside squares was 13, which was the months of the year. There you go. So you have 28 by 13.
It's
So
amazing how smart people were back. You know what I mean? Like I
yeah.
don't know. Would
So
we even think of
so
something like that nowadays? If it was,
no,
I mean,
and
living primitively, I don't
we
think people really know how.
no, primitively we run off the government and we listen to what the government says, and we run off. Oh well, hey, there can be 31 days in a month, and there can be 30 days in the next month, and 31 days in the next month, and we live primitively off that and just believe it that there's 12 months in a year,
When time really doesn't exist.
except there's
it
at the
doesn't.
end
Yeah.
at the end of the year, why are we always left with 1.75 extra days in the year? Like there's a whole extra week and 3 quarters left in the year
Yeah.
that they make up for.
Yep.
No, everything is revolved around the moon. That's why they have the moon cycle, 28 days. The moon cycles every 28 days.
Yep. All women know this.
Um,
Says a female.
yeah, thank you, Grant. I was going to say, I don't really want to go too deep, but so does a female. She cycles every 28 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And here's a fun
And,
fact for you. I got you, Doc. Remember, after she does hit that cycle, if you wait 11 days, you don't have to worry about anything.
yeah. And you know what? You know what? It goes back biblical, to where, so many people have things misconstrued where, I've said this before, Grant, where people think, well, hey, Jesus was born on Christmas. No, he wasn't.
No.
He was not born on December 21st or 25th. Jesus was actually born in April
So was
because
I.
they say, so they say, and this is biblical facts, and this is anybody who studies the Bible can go back and reconfirm this, where they say that the shepherds were out when they found Jesus and Mary and Joseph. When they found them, they were out tending to their flock. The only time shepherds tend to their flock is between the months of end of February and beginning of April, because the end of February and the beginning of April is the only time that lambs are born.
Yeah, but that's where, like the lamb's blood.
Yep, that's the only time throughout the year that lambs are born, from February to April, end of February to the beginning of April. So that would mean that if shepherds were out tending to their flock when Jesus was born in the manger, that would mean that Jesus was born in March or April.
April 23rd. It's me.
I think it was April 1st, and that's why the government calls April 1st April Fools, because they fooled everybody into thinking that Jesus was born. Oh, yes. They fooled everybody. They fooled everybody into believing that Jesus was born in December, and the new year does not begin on April 1st, but it actually begins
Wouldn't that be so
on
crazy?
January 1st.
God, that would just totally
reverse that.
And all Christians in the world gasp in disbelief.
Yeah. And you know what? The sad part about it is these Christians out here in the world who call themselves Christians, they're so blinded.
Oh God, I know. I go to Regent University now. I wanted to get a different perspective, again, psychology. It's good to kind of look at things from all angles, and I'm not struggling with it, but I'm not a religious person in that aspect. So I'm kind of bringing in, merging metaphysics, I guess, into it.
Right,
to
right.
Make sense out of it.
How does that work with your psychology background coming through when you have to look at it from a religious point of view?
I think it's important to understand belief, why things that, like I said, I'm big on the no medicine thing. So to get somebody to understand themselves, is you have to be able to do that on like the unicorn, making the unicorn come across the kids. So kids listen, like understanding why a person thinks the way that they think on all levels is important if you're going to try to, help them.
So basically what you're saying is MK Ultra.
Ultra.
We just gonna randomly throw that in.
I was gonna say.
Remember
we were talking about the underestimating thing. People don't know that I'm.
Yeah. No, I just had this conversation earlier tonight. It's crazy that it led this way, because I was talking about MK Ultra and the effects on that shit, and how it's a real thing. Like, I was just talking about, TV, and remember our grandparents and everybody, our parents and everybody saying, oh, you watch too much TV to turn your brain to mush.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? Everything that's fucking put on TV is controlled by the government.
Exactly.
And everybody behind the government. So what are you going to believe? If you believe in everything that you see on the TV, regardless if it's a cartoon or the news, your brain is already being altered to what they want you to believe.
I put up this thing on YouTube. It's called The Goat Speaks. And it was, it's called The Goat Speaks. I want you to play this thing, okay? It's, I like to do, like free speech type things, okay? And, I did this, it was years ago, with a bag over my head, Okay,
that don't sound good, but we're gonna go keep going.
But yeah, it's called The Goat Speaks, and I did it in like with the voiceover thing, so it's all like conspiracy-ish. But that's what it's talking about. It's talking about.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah.
The Goat Speaks. Go ahead, Grant. Do your thing.
What is it again?
The Goat Speaks. I got away with this on TikTok. And
the goat speaks.
Yeah, I got banned from other shit for promoting conspiracy and shit like, but it doesn't.
That's one thing we love on here.
Yeah, so I figured
you'll
dig
conspiracy.
This. Yeah,
I love conspiracy.
And this is all top of my head, like it has, microdose we'll call it, but years ago, it was when the president election was going on and Hillary was running. There was nobody to run against her before Trump, had
right
decided to do it, so there was nobody running.
So can I ask you both a question? I just want to know. I just really want to know. I really want to know before we die. Before we dive too deep, Kim, what do you believe? Are we on a sphere or a flat Earth?
I think we don't. I think we only exist in our minds. I think like we're all, just characters in someone else's dream, kind of. We kind of manifest our own reality. But I think that if somebody stops thinking, we're not going to exist.
I'm not real right now.
We're basically an avatar.
Oh my God!
I believe that.
Yeah, I think that we exist, but I don't think that we exist. I think this is just a veil of an image of what we're supposed to, what we think.
Yeah. You have.
I believe the same thing. I believe like this is just. I believe this is just.
One more time. The goat again.
The goat speaks. It's under Bunk and Hacker, I think, is my page.
I believe that like this is just an avatar. Like we are, our consciousness and our soul is so much more than what we perceive it to be, and this is just an avatar that we chose to come and live in and experience.
Supposedly, that's what we do. Like I read this case study.
We experience all kind of life forms. And that's what I deeply believe. Like we literally come here and manifest ourselves into an avatar to experience different life forms. And once we're done with that life form, then we're done. We move on to something else.
I gotta send you some links to some of the writings and stuff like that I do. It's really, because you'll dig it. My writing's way different, than like what my character is. Like I'm kind of heavy with shit. My friends used to get real irritated with me because I don't know. I'm always, I'm a dreamer. Definitely.
That's why I invited you on, because like it's real. It's real. People don't understand that this shit is real.
Yeah.
Like there's no other way to explain Mandela effects.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. This is experience. Like I said, that's what's scary. Those are such important things. That just I don't know. They make it's. They said the experience is the human experience is going to be gone, because things like that, they're not going to understand anything, sacred geometrics, anything like that, like
it's just like they said with this eclipse, with the solar eclipse. The solar eclipse was to be, for those who spiritually believe, the solar eclipse was supposed to be for spiritually people who believe to actually enter the fifth dimension.
Yep, as I say, the golden ages is supposed to be coming upon us for according to Mayan calendar.
They're
2030, wasn't it?
Yep, they're gone. So the thing is now is if you don't remember the golden ages, you never will.
Yeah, those we're supposed to.
Because everybody right now in the world right now has transferred over into the fifth dimension. So now I believe with them saying everybody transferred over into the fifth dimension by looking at the solar eclipse, and then not only that, but not to mention that CERN fired up as well yesterday. They fired up again. So not only that, like these people, I don't think people understand how much CERN has to play with our lives. Every time they fire up that machine, that Hydro Collider, every time they fire up that shit, we switch dimensions.
I don't know. That stuff messes with me.
We definitely switch dimensions, and I watch. I'm gonna say right now, mark my words. Watch how many paradoxes come from this year to last year. Everything that we remember is no longer going to be remembered.
Yeah. See,
like all the like Mandela effects that we thought were something. Watch how many more come this year. Like it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be ridiculous, because I remember a couple years ago just talking to somebody about how Muhammad Ali died back in the 60s or the 70s or some shit like that. And that's what we all thought. We all read the newspaper article where Muhammad Ali died, but he never did until 2000. We all read the article where Nelson Mandela died. And then all of a sudden, this nigga magically appeared out of a cave somewhere and is still alive.
That's it, man. You had to take a break and come back.
That's real shit. We take a break and we'll come right back to y'all. Go ahead and hit that break button.
Hit that way.
Go ahead. I'm trying to find this.
We'll be right back, guys. We're going to continue this conversation.
Yeah.
For real. Where the hell is my...
Oh, yeah. Well, we just looking for stuff as usual.
I'm looking for this link here.
Yeah, I keep getting a bunch of weird shit. It started saying Goat Simulator. I know that
Goat Simulator. Hold on.
Boom, boom,
Donkey porn. Like...
I got you.
There's a lot. I got a lot of playlists on here.
I got to plug my phone in for this shit die.
Subliminal truth.
I'm glad
Dude, there's one out here called the Disgruntled Nugget, and it's fucking hilarious. I got the Katie Livingstone freaking things on here. Light it up. Illusion of Time. Yeah, I'm a weirdo. I put weird freaking things on my YouTube.
Yeah, Katie, you don't have to come over again.
I know, man.
Was it shorts or?
It's hilarious. I'm looking at it. I got it. It's just gonna have a duck on it, though. I think.
Oh, I was gonna say, Katie, any videos or links that you have to something, you can send it in the private chat, and he can pick it up and pull it up.
How do I do that? Hold on. Can I do it on here?
So in the more option.
Okay, hold on.
In the little 3 dots, you should be able to see private chat.
How do I get there again?
And then you actually look. Grant already ahead of me. He already said, "Send me the link." Katie, copy, paste it.
Yeah, I seen that come up. Okay.
So, yeah, all you gotta do is copy and paste in there.
All right, join chat. All right.
And when we go back and you look through it again, I thought I was in the private chat. My dumb ass was in regular.
That's funny.
We still live, but people, we trying to get all this under the table and figure out how to do this. So don't mind, okay?
Yeah. We're
still trying to figure out. We on a break right now, but we figuring it out while we on break. Just to show you how dedicated we are.
Yeah, so, this is the real how it goes behind the scenes.
This is the real deal, y'all.
Yep. It isn't always pretty.
It ain't always. As never sunshine and roses, never.
No.
Right? God. All right.
Even though we make it appear that way.
Oh look, now I'm up here as Bunkin' Hacker. How do I get on here? Okay. All right. Hold up. Stupid freaking iPad.
You got to turn your background music off first.
Oh yeah, well I got my phone on this week. I'm sorry. My bad.
No, I'm fucking with you.
My super side playlist. No.
I'm just over here listening to it, like, yeah.
That's funny.
Somebody tuning in like, wait, we can't see nobody. What the fuck are they talking about? We're on a break right now. We're on the intermission, guys. We're trying to do some behind the scenes shit real quick. We're on an intermission, but keep tuning in because we're gonna come right back live here in about 5 minutes, guys. Just on a quick intermission. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We love every single one of y'all. And we thank you for all your support. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and please don't forget to share. Please don't forget to share. We love you guys.
These are funny. Some of these videos are so old. It's funny as hell. Okay, here's. All right, Subliminal Truth, I believe, is what I put it under. It was The Goat Speaks, but I think it. All right, share. Copy link.
So, Kim, we gonna get a reading from you tonight?
A reading?
Yeah, from your book.
Oh my God, you want me to read Faith Unicorn? I have to read it in a funny voice.
Yeah, we want to hear the book.
Yeah, we all get to be characters.
Right, you should. Oh my gosh, I should. Hold on.
Grant, that was so perfect.
Right, you want to do the voice that you can be the official voice of Faith Unicorn and go on tour in my pink vinyl covered bus.
I'm gonna have to give you this AI program that you could type in what you wanted to say and then speak it.
Yeah.
Get it to calm the voice, then get it to go in.
Yeah.
For sure. Uh-oh, where'd I go? Where are we at here? There we go. All right, let's see if I paste.
We're definitely gonna have to get you to do a reading from your book.
Oh God, it's funny. How do I get it to go? Okay, here we go.
Oh, you got to send the link. You got to send the link in the.
I'm doing that. I think I did it.
There you go.
Did I do it?
Yes, there you go.
Right.
There you go.
Fucking hacker.
We'll get right to it as soon as we come back from the intermission.
I want to do, okay, that's a question. How do I do the live, like, recording of Chase the Unicorn? Like, how do I make it into, like, a little, like a reading? Because I was going to go to the libraries and stuff like that and, do, like, readings on Saturday mornings.
You can do that shit right from your phone.
I want to do that. So I could sit there and have it all. Because, like I said, I think it'd be cool to animate it.
Either me or Grant teach you how. We show you.
That would be an awesome cartoon.
Send that again and send it in the private chat.
Yeah, private chat. Where did I send it? Oh, I sent it in the
don't worry. I did the same thing if you look at the chat.
Yeah, I see it. All right. How do I do that? Chat. There we go.
Hit the 3 bars and then private chat and then copy and paste it in there.
Tink. Is that, I think that's it. There's Doc.
Also, people, don't forget, if you guys ever want to be on here as a guest, you can easily do what we did right now. You can be anonymous. You don't even have to have a picture. You guys can just pop up on here and talk the bullshit you want to talk. If you want to air it out, hence Air It Out podcast. If you want to air it out, you can come on here and be anonymous. You can change your name to anonymous. You do not have to have your name. You do not have to have your picture. So if you do want to get on here anonymously and talk some shit, you may do so. Just hit up me, Doc Holliday, or Grant Bam Bam. And we'll get you in here, and we'll make sure that you remain anonymous. And you can go ahead and talk your shit. That's security in here. That's the Goose Chronicle. That's Goose Chronicles. He's tuning in. He wants some more Goose Chronicles.
That's a good. I know. It's funny because it's like that's a distraction, like behind it. I was pouring epoxy resin over something over top of the goose thing. It did have just a picture of me, like with my head down. I don't know where that's at. There's so many freaking whatchamacallits that I can't. I don't know where it's at. I was trying to find it because it's cooler looking. It doesn't really. It's just a still shot picture, but it's cooler than that.
You can change your camera just by going to the more and then settings and then going to your camera. And you can change your camera to flip it around or turn it off or towards you.
I'm just putting something else on here. Sorry. It's like I'm kind of up in the camera's face.
Mr. Goose, love you, bro.
We're matching your energy with new Sparked Energy by Dunkin', a revitalizing version.
This is just, things that make you say, huh. This is my daughter. She got freaking over 1,000 views in like 5 minutes from this stupid thing.
Hey, it's all right. You know what? I just created a page today, and we already last night, I created us our page, and we got almost 100 viewers or 100 followers already.
It's crazy. Like, it was funny because at the time I'd been, promoting stuff and putting stuff out there. You know how it is, getting likes and things like that. And it was like, and then she put this thing up there, and I was like, Stella, I'm like, your thing's got like 1,000 views already. Like, what the hell?
You need to tell your daughter to go ahead and share our podcast.
Yeah, oh for sure. She's funny. She wants to do makeup, like she's into like like drag makeup and stuff like that. Like she does a really good job. Like she watches tutorials and make sure that I get her the latest palettes and stuff like that come out. But she's really cool. She's my favorite person in the world. I adore her.
Well, if you don't mind, you can bring her on sometime.
Oh, she would love that. Oh my gosh, she is hilarious. We like to have all kind. We like. She sounds like Medea. She talks like. Oh yeah, she's 10.
I tell y'all I wasn't finna come out here and do this.
Look, okay, click on that link.
Don't worry about that, darling. She in there playing.
Oh no, for real. Click on that link that I sent you. And she was talking about her sister, and I was
I tried to click on that.
If her sister got pregnant, the one that I sent you, not the goat one, but the other one, it's just a couple seconds long. That's her, and that's
it said the video wasn't available for some odd reason.
Which, let me see. What the hell? Maybe I did it wrong. Let's see. It's called the Disgruntled Nugget. Disgruntled Nugget. Copy link. Try this again. Did you get it? I'll put it. One of these days I'll get the area. Chat. Alright, try that.
All right. Go here. Oh, hit the wrong one. Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss. Okay, so I'm going in the comments, not chat.
Oh no, I got it now. I got it.
Oh, you got it. Okay. Yeah. That's a good example of that's her. That's how she talks. It's so freaking funny. Okay.
This thing's so easy to use. It's ridiculous. Like.
Watch her eyes.
Is my sister pregnant? Oh, hell nah. I ain't trying to be a little ant. Hell nah. I will throw that little baby across that room. Hell nah. Is that why she wants to save Colton all of a sudden? Oh, hell nah.
Yeah.
You ain't trying to sell my baby. You ain't trying to sell my family, my chicken McNugget family. Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no. Grant, you're going to have to grab that.
I won't.
I was about to say
those baby's toes. Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no. You're going to have to grab that.
I was like, what the hell? How'd my camera get sideways? Why am I sideways here?
That remind me of, can I pet that dog?
She's so well. It was funny because when she was asking me, she's like, if Emma had a baby, what would I be? I'd be like you'd be her aunt. She's like, I ain't trying to steal nobody's picnic basket lunches. I'm like, not that kind of aunt. I gotta change that.
That one got me. Hold on.
How come my camera's crooked? Oh, look how nice. Where is it?
You got a nice avatar. Look at that.
I know. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Is it setting? There we go. How come I'm sideways?
Because you're sitting sideways.
Oh, I don't know. I'm still sitting. I think the same. I think.
Sideways.
Go
sideways.
To your camera settings in that 3 dot.
All right. Hold on. Yeah, I'm there. Okay, there we go.
Settings.
Oh, here it is. This is heavy for coming out of me. Well, you're gonna think.
Do what? Oh, my bad.
Doc might not think so. He knows kind of that I'm like a.
I already know.
Yeah.
Ready?
As I sit here, some odd 13, ironically so years later, I find myself once again centered around an array of thoughts and possible predictions of what is to become of this life, this world. I have stated in the past that it's time to form a group, not just a group, but a pack, willing to stand up and take back what we are supposedly entitled to. Freedom, not the media-slaughtered bullshit that is driven cleverly, I might add, into our heads of what the world is like and what they say we should worry about or believe in or what we believe we need. The definition of freedom is the ability to do and choose what you know or feel is right, not what they tell us. That's not freedom. We are rapidly, literally handing over our rights because they have enough believers, which is why that the only thing you ever hear through our trusted leaders and their sheep is how horrible we are doing, possibilities of plagues and wars. Are we really that dumb to believe that these horrific and completely embellished, twisted spin offs of what's really going on is the only thing we have in this world? I'm not. I refuse to give in. I will continue on marching on my own beats in the opposite direction as the rest. Now, what if everyone decided to turn around and walk the other way? What if you finally turned your TV off and stopped using your phones and tablets? There would be nobody to believe that we need to surrender our lives in order to be protected from something only the government has told you exists. We wouldn't even know about it. It wouldn't exist to us. It shouldn't, and it isn't our problem. It's theirs. But the problem is that without you believing and willing to follow, they will continue to lead. And sooner than later, we will find ourselves in a waiting line to enter.
That's truth right there. That's truth right there.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it cut it
That's
off.
truth right there because we believe a lot of shit that the government and entertainment, a lot of these like public networks like NBC, Fox, CBS, ABC, all these news outlets that we have, we believe a lot of the shit that they tell us, and it's not even fucking true.
And it's not even, I mean, they got the world in a frenzy thinking we got to protect ourselves from, all these things. And it's like, it's to cover their ass to get us, kind of.
Prime example, this whole solar eclipse thing.
Yeah.
They tried to have us, oh, you better buy, like same thing with COVID. Oh, you better stock up on toilet paper and this and that and blah blah, do all this and that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it wasn't even that serious. Like they were talking about, we would be without cellular communications and this and that. You know what it reminded me of, Grant?
What did?
It reminded me of another Y2K.
I thought the good thing about it though was, I mean, it made everything Y2K. Sterile again. Reminded people they need to clean up and because I mean everybody's getting sloppy with things, and that's the thing. It's like now at least people are paying attention, kind of to I don't know, because the world, it was getting disgusting. People just they got no.
It is, and it's going to continue to. And you know what the solar eclipse is based on a path of justice.
Mm-hmm.
Or not even justice. I said that wrong. Excuse me. A path of judgment. Biblical days, they believe that solar eclipses were a day of judgment, where God cast judgment upon those who were inside of the path.
Yeah, I love, I'm all into, like the stars, and that's kind of like my thing. And I used to moonbathe. It's a great, you're supposed to, give out, put out the negative and, bring back in the positive energy from the moon. And it's cool. I like things like that, energy. I'm big on.
Oh yeah. It's just like, like all these years, you know what? It's crazy. All these years, since the beginning of time, they've always told us, oh, solar eclipses, lunar eclipse, don't ever look at the sun.
Yeah.
But we forget that, sun gazing is a thing.
It's that people eat this. Yeah, they can live off of that. Like I had a friend completely convert into that. Yeah, they literally
sun gazing is an actual thing where people, stare at the sun. And it doesn't do nothing to your retina.
You have to ease into it
say,
certain times of day.
Well, if you stare at the sun, you'll go blind, blah blah blah. That's what the government tries to lie and tell you about.
Not if you work your way up to it.
But it doesn't. If that was the case, then there would not be a such thing as sun gazing.
Yeah, now, granted, like I said, they tell you that because you don't have to eat. That's what it is. It takes the place of all of that. You can live literally without food. We don't need the things that they say that we need to survive.
Right.
And that takes.
Your camera's off, Katie. Just to let you know.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm trying. Yeah, I'm looking. I'm sorry. Hold on.
But
I didn't realize my camera was on.
They say they say, you know, staring at the sun, oh, that blind you, blah 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 blah. But there's people who like. I mean, I used to be one. I still am one of them. But people sun gaze. Like it's one of the natural like restoring prophecies in life. You know, it's the sun gaze. Um,
I
you
think
know,
it's
a lot of people get
fascinating.
their energy just from the sun. If you
Yeah,
go
that's why they have
outside
their
and
in some
you,
cultures where they wear their hair up, you know, like tied and
yep,
you know, like the dreads like all on top because it's you know absorbing
hmm
sun during the day and they let it
yep,
down at night with the moon.
yep,
Things like that.
exactly,
That's cool.
exactly,
I said,
exactly. And
it
I
works.
firmly believe in that. I
Yeah.
firmly believe in that.
Well,
Like, I
over
mean, the
here, you
people
know,
can knock
Western
me all they
medicine and
want, but
culture, we suck over here. Like we are just, you know, we say we're open minded and we're free. No, we're given the things that we're told, you know, we need to be comfortable and free, but we're not free. Like otherwise, you know,
no,
I mean, they're controlling us with everything. You go to other
no,
countries, you know, and you know, they're free. They're sitting there, you know, doing things and you know, allowed to elevate their mind, you know, and don't have a limit on that. You know, they're not told that they can't
right,
fly, you know, that healing through altered states of consciousness thing,
right,
you know, it's tapping into, it's called, is it hypnogia? I think it is. It's hard to
yeah,
pronounce, but it's, you know, that, and it's okay. Like, you know, Aristotle and, you know, Einstein, these are
yeah,
people that practice this and it's the same state of mind that you go into in meditation,
yeah,
deep meditation or hallucinogenics, you know, that's a way to induce it. Also, sleep deprivation, you know, things like that. And that's the
yeah,
interesting part is the tie, you know, it's like, what is it that,
yeah,
you know, makes it so you can, you know, literally, but I mean, like mediums and stuff like that, there's people that like live in this state, you know,
yeah,
and are able to just, you know, heal themselves, you know, it's like, oh,
yeah,
you know, become completely, you know, shamans. That's, I got really into shamanism back in my 20s. I think it was like Terrence McKenna, I think was the author that had gotten me into that. He's an anthropologist that he wrote True Hallucinations. That was the first book that I read. But that was when I just started, I don't know, thinking it was kind of cool. And, you know,
I started getting into that, you know, back when I was on the West Coast, you know, there was a guy, his name was Alfred Martinez, and he wrote the book Southwest Angels.
okay.
And it was he's a shaman and a councilman for the Tiwa tribe in New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And you know he taught me a lot about you know everything that happens and you know the spiritual world of everything that you know so many people are blind to.
Mm-hmm.
And you know I got to experience the spiritual world, something I didn't even believe in at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to experience that you know over there. Unfortunately I had some bad experiences where
But you need to
now
have those
I'm
bad experiences.
yeah,
That's all part of the path, you know.
yeah,
You
you have
conquer
to.
that, you know.
You have to have those bad experiences in order to believe in it.
Exactly. You have to have
You
bad
have to.
experiences to accept who you are and accept those because bad experiences, you know, there's something that happened in your life, something that's weighing on you, you know, and things like that, and
Yep.
processing it, you know, and whatever trauma it was. And, you know, because a lot of things we don't look at, you know, as being traumatic experiences. We come from a time where, you know, it was kind of like, okay, you know, mental health wasn't really covered under insurance, you know, so you better really be freaking crazy if you,
Right.
you know, you're going to
Right.
go to the
Right.
doctor or something like that, you
That's
know,
real
but,
talk.
you know, so it's like,
That's real talk.
when you get
I
to
mean, if you believed in any other being outside of yourself,
mm-hmm.
you know, back in the day, you know, that was
Oh yeah,
considered, you know,
you're schizo.
a trait of yeah schizophrenia.
Yeah, schizophrenia or
So
fragmented. You know.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's actually it's real. Like I
Yeah,
mean,
I was
I
gonna
got to
say it's
experience this shit. I got to see
it's the different
like
views. It's your conscience. You
a
know.
lot of people don't know this. When I lived on the West Coast, like you know, I've seen bouncing orbs. You know, going from the city of Taos,
Yep.
New Mexico, into the Pueblo, the Tiwa Pueblo of Taos. Um, I seen shooting fireballs. I got chased by um, Native Americans with feathers, like and shit, like on horseback
Mm-hmm.
from a cedar tree that was on the corner of the smoke shop and the casino. Like this is all real shit that happened to me, and like I cannot like I was one to be like no, like I worked in the casino, I had to go like do perimeter checks and shit like that, and I was one to tell you like no, I don't believe in ghosts, I don't believe in spirits, I don't believe in none of that shit,
Mm-hmm.
and then it actually happened to me.
Yeah, and like I said, a lot of it, that's your
then
brain, that's you. A
one
lot of
one
that's
of
manifesting
one
like
of
you
the
chasing, certain
yeah,
things. Like I said,
and
and
one of
that's
the
what's cool
craziest
about it.
one of the craziest things is like, I was in the casino. I went and I did my perimeter check upstairs, and there was this weird vibration that happened in the casino. And I came back downstairs. I was like, "What the hell happened?" Everybody's picking up, the coin trays from the casino, and they're like, "Man, something crazy just happened. All the coin trays just fell." And I thought they was playing a prank on me.
Yeah.
And I was like, "I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about." I felt the shift of energy, but ain't no way you telling me all these coin trays just started rattling and fell. And as soon as I said it, all of them started rattling and fell on the ground again.
Yeah. It's
And
when you believe
then,
and you got that energy going, you can
like,
manifest shit. That's why I don't wear my glasses a lot.
I didn't believe in none of this
Because
shit. I didn't believe in none of this shit. And then the deli doors, they swung open, and then there was this pounding on the northwest doors, just like boom, 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 to where security came down, like the people who watch the cameras and shit in the casinos. Now, you don't ever see these people ever. You don't know when you work in a casino. You do not know who these people are.
Right.
Like who sit and watch the cameras. Like that's just something you're not allowed.
Yeah.
It's not allowed. These people came downstairs at 2:30 in the morning. I was like, "Hey, who's in the casino?" Because we just seen a little boy run from the deli doors and out the northwest door. And we're like, we all just threw our hands up in the air and was like, "I don't know, we just seen something." And I had to be the one to go out there and check the shit. And there wasn't nobody out there. But when I got out there, there was some
like, you
people
brought
out
this
there.
shit here.
There were some people out there.
Yeah.
And they chased me.
Yeah, that's all it takes. It's this one energy force to feed off of that, to feel it, and then
the craziest thing I ever witnessed in my life, ever experienced in my life. And as far as I'm concerned, till this day, there is a spiritual world.
Oh, for
There
sure.
is,
I believe like realm walking. I refer to it sometimes because it's like, I'll be, I don't know if it's because I'm a psych major and, and I'm like losing it or whatever, but like, man, it's just, sometimes I feel like depending on who I'm speaking to or, whatever, it's like a different level.
It is.
Like people hear me differently.
It's a different astral plane. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
And I can relate to you because, one of the things I majored in school, I majored in psychology as well. And one thing I can say is like, it's a phenomenon that nobody can ever explain. Like,
no, the human mind is freaking amazing. The things that we will do to protect ourselves from, ourselves, basically, it's crazy, like with trauma, even with like childhood trauma, like when when we develop, like our inner voice and things like that, it's usually the voice of somebody that was, prominent in our childhood, like a parent, something like that, but when we develop, where our personality, like a fragmented, where it splits. That it comes from, when a time when we needed, that person, our parent, whatever it was, somebody that we trusted, that we were so scared, we didn't know what to do, and they didn't come, and we had to talk ourselves into it. So we, even as a child, like you created whatever voice you needed to talk yourself down and, and control yourself. And that's amazing that, little kids, do that. And then you think about that, and it's like, that's heartbreaking. You know what I mean? Like,
it really is, because you know what? I ask my daughter on a daily basis. I ask her this on a daily basis because as far as the human mind goes, and I'm sure you probably understand this, as far as psychology goes, when we speak about children and their innocence, I ask my daughter every day. I say, "Baby girl, do you know the purpose here on earth? Do you know the meaning of love? What is this? What is that?" Like the real questions that we want,
the intangible things.
Yes, that we want discernment from. And she says yes. Yes,
get her
Daddy.
faith the unicorn.
Yes. She says every time, "Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy." She understands what I'm talking about. Like my little girl is so smart. She understands what I'm talking about.
Teaching
But
kids
will she
empathy.
ever tell me? No.
She will.
It's against the great book. It's against the
She
great
will
book.
though. She will. What you gotta. I think that one of the things that I've made a passion with is teaching kids self-awareness through like chakra, it's color. I figure it's easy for them to understand, but to teach them emotion, how to recognize not only within themselves, but define it and recognize it in other kids, because it'll eliminate so much bullying. So many things are caused just because the kids, they're crying, we don't understand why they're crying, so we just shun them. And the child might not understand what they're crying about, but will know that what that emotion is. They're sad. They're what I mean.
Like,
and
it's just like what emotions when it comes to kids.
mm-hmm.
Kids are happy.
Yeah, exactly. And it's heartbreaking when you think somebody's going to take that from them.
Look, kids do not know fear until they're introduced to it.
And I cried one day, and this is my third child, and I'd taken him to school. It was a random day. It wasn't even the first day of school, and I dropped Stella off, and she was just, her insides at that time, they matched her outside. She was just adorable because of that, and it was because she was just innocent. She just she loved everything and didn't know that there was people out there that didn't feel that way, and I remember she was walking to school and I got teary-eyed, because I was like, man, one of these days she's going to walk in there and somebody is going to teach her hate. They're going to teach her, she's going to, they're going to teach her.
That's where they learn it from.
And I hate that. I hate that because it just takes away, that's where the innocence,
that's where the innocence goes.
Yeah.
And, by the time a child is 4 years old, 5 years old, they pretty much lose their innocence. So
yeah, that's why it's important to nurture the imagination.
Like I said, one of the biggest things I ask my daughter every time, she won't tell me, but she knows, and she'll say she knows. I say, yo, baby girl, what's the key to the universe? What's the key to the universe? And she'll tell me right now. She'll say love.
Yep, it is. The answer, love it. People, it gets so misconstrued.
She's too young to what we consider, if you asked me that question, I said love, and you'd be like, elaborate.
Right.
She's too young to do that.
Teacher, like I said, get her that Faith the Unicorn book.
But
it's a good start.
It's
cool.
I am determined to get her to
do it. And she will, and that's it. Because teaching them how to express it, it's just like anything else. They don't know how to communicate. And the intangible things are really hard to teach, especially to kids. It's the things that they can't see. So it's not as, and it looks different for everybody. You got your own, jaded, of your experiences with love and things like that. And a lot of people, don't realize that love is hate. It's just the duality of it, and it's going to exist, and I'm a strong believer, because it seems like anymore it's, like sex is like the only, like orgasm. It's the only thing time really, if you think about it, that love is kind of okay and feels good. Every time else it's like driving you crazy and you want, what I mean? Like things like that. It's like the only time that we can express it in a positive way.
My thing is, my thing on biblical things, speaking, biblical speaking, heaven is a place of perfection, right?
So our envision,
right. That's what we all were taught, right?
Yeah.
Grant, am I wrong?
Yeah.
We were all taught, heaven and God is a place of perfection, right?
Yeah, that's where we go.
So if there's a devil who's called Lucifer, who's a fallen angel, that means at one point in time in heaven, there was rage, there was disobedience.
Do you think
there was all these different things in heaven that is far from perfection?
Yeah.
So what makes you think in all reality that heaven is perfection?
It's something to have faith in. It's something to believe in.
It's something to have faith in. It's something to believe
keep going.
in. But if you really think hard about it and you dive down that rabbit hole, heaven is not perfection. It's not. No matter which way you look at it, because you have somebody who was a fallen angel under the guidance of what you call perfection in a place of peace and perfection.
What do you think about the theory?
you have a fallen angel that did not want to be there. So what made him feel the way he felt to not want to be there if it was a place of perfection?
Well, there's that. Okay, if you've read the Necronomicon and things like that. Okay.
Look at Grant. Look at Grant. He was like, "God damn it, motherfucker! You done blew my goddamn mind again."
Because you go into like, okay, because there's a theory with like paganism. Well, paganism, they believe that the devil wanted us to know that we could control ourselves and that we were capable, that we didn't really need the belief in a higher power or anything, that we had it within us. And supposedly that's why he was condemned as evil, because God wanted control. That's another perspective of it. There's all kinds of just crazy different ways of looking at it. It's whatever works, I guess. I think faith is the answer.
My belief is, a lot of people, this is where the government comes into play with their stories and shit. A lot of people have it misconstrued, where it's it was Adam and Eve and the serpent and the fruit, right? The apple, right? The apple. Everybody thinks of the fruit as the apple. It doesn't matter what the fruit was, whether it's passion fruit, dragon fruit,
right? I know. Whatever. They look at it literally.
Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter what the fucking fruit was. The fact of the matter is, it's like Cat Williams said. If you think about it hard and deep enough, the real underlying situation that happened in that situation where God created us, right? He created a man and woman, right?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
We can all agree on that?
Yep.
He created a man and woman, right?
It's 2024, so I might have to go against you.
He created
in
man
his vision,
first. He created man first, and then he created woman, right?
Right.
So therefore, Eve was actually Adam's sister. So the abomination of mankind came with Adam sleeping with Eve.
I know. Yeah.
That's when everything was ruined for mankind. This is because the abomination of Adam sleeping with Eve.
Yeah, it's there's so many contradictions within the Bible and things like I believe in faith, and I understand, and it's beautiful, like my PhD, I'm in psychology, but I want it to be in theology, when it's all said and done. Because of that, I think it's fascinating, that the human, how we have the just natural need to follow, like we have to follow something,
Right.
And I also find it fascinating that, so many people that are, just diehard, religious individuals, believe that it's a physical being that is in the sky that we're what I mean, like
no, and it's not.
Yeah, they're not looking at it in the bigger metaphorical
God is not a person. God is not a person. He's not a being. Like
it's whatever you need.
Honestly, the way I see it is, and I've always thought this way. And I grew up in the church and everything. So from going from biblical terms to scientific terms to believing my own belief, God is made up of energy. God said He created us in the likeness of Himself.
Yep.
And what are we made up of? 80% water. And
20% love.
The other percent electricity. So that means we're conductors. We are conductors of electricity. We conduct energy.
Exactly.
Meaning that we when He said He gave us the strength to move mountains, in the Bible senses, He literally did give us the strength to move mountains. Like,
yeah, exactly. We can do whatever.
We are energy conductors to where, and this is why I say, Doc Holliday, I am a God. Because I firmly believe
we all are.
God,
Divinity is within.
God said He created us in the image of Himself. So therefore, why would we not be God?
Exactly. We manifest our own, reality, they say. So therefore, no one reality is the same. So we all have different perception, so there really isn't one reality. So there isn't We don't exist. I mean, we exist, but
I think there's multiple planes of reality.
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely feel that way too. Like I said, the realm walking thing. It's definitely it's cool.
And that's why you're able to astral project.
Yeah, see, I got into that. Yeah.
That's why we're able to do the things we're able to do, and we're able to communicate.
Yep, it's self-doubt though.
Mediums are able to communicate with people that are,
and that's how they do it.
That's
where they tap into that hypnagogia thing. That's that's where they tap into as well. And it's, I don't know, it's really, it's neat. And it sucks because you think, all right, even just like with the law of attraction, things like that, The Secret, it's so difficult. It's such an easy thing, but it's so hard to retrain, your brain to think in those ways, and that's why it's kind of cool that this growth mindset and things like that are, becoming a thing now, because it's like, okay, thank God, because you got, who knew we had to teach people emotion and how to
right no, it really is, because people get so caught up in emotional and physical attraction.
Yeah, and when you get older, I don't know if you realize it's inside.
Yes, when you get older, it's more of not even
your soul,
not
your
physical,
soul
and
recognizes.
it's not emotional, but it's like it's like like when you tap in with your soul, and you have to actually be there.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm gonna point right there, guys, because you know what that means.
Yeah, and it's when you do that,
your vibrational frequency literally has to be there.
Exactly. You gotta, and it's awesome though when it happens, because it's, I don't know, it's something that you can't control, and it is. It's like you said, it's a phenomenon. It's like, okay, you recognize your soul almost, and it's another individual, or it's, I wasn't shallow necessarily younger growing up or anything like that, but I don't look at physical at all. It's definitely
you can't, because there's certain people that come into your life, and you'll have such a vibrational frequency connection with somebody that is unrealistic.
Yeah.
To where
exactly. Well, you just meet them too,
Like honestly, I'll give you an example, and this ain't no homo. Me and him be on the same goddamn page. I'll think of something, and then I'll say it to him, he'll be like, I was on the same page with that. And he'll say some shit to me, and I'll be like, yeah, I was on the same page with that. It's a vibrational frequency, things in this life. And I've said this before, Grant, and you can knock me down if I'm wrong, but I've said this before. That's why they took down all the bells in all of the world. Every fucking bell is torn down and shattered in the world, because it had a vibrational frequency that healed people.
Yeah. That's have you done the singing bowls? Have you gone? We should do this. I've wanted to go to the Tibetan singing bowl thing, because supposedly it induces such strong energy frequencies. I mean, it almost makes you feel like you're tripping, but it puts you in that state of mind.
Yeah.
I want to do that. We should do that. Look into it, because I think it's out that way.
It's like the Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, and you just bring your yoga mat, and just it's like a church setting, but you just lay there and just.
You do have to take a vow of silence.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I don't know if I could do that, because I'll be laughing like a motherfucker.
You might not. We might be all
wrong, and they'd be like, balls.
I'm gonna smoke a fatty on the way.
Balls.
I think it would be awesome though. I need to find something because I'm definitely, everything that's gone on recently in my life. I just finding faith is I definitely need it.
Have you ever done, and Grant, I've been talking about this for the past couple of weeks. Have you ever done an egg cleanse?
An egg?
An egg cleanse.
Like a chicken egg?
Like an egg, like a egg. Like an egg, yes. Like a fucking chicken egg.
Like a chicken egg.
An egg cleanse. Have you ever done an egg cleanse?
I don't think so. Where does it go?
So this is what you're supposed to do. So you're supposed to cleanse your house with sage, obviously.
Yeah.
Cleanse your house with sage first. Get rid of the demon, and then you bless your body and say a prayer as either you or somebody else rubs an egg all over your body, and you clear all the unwanted spirits out of your body into the egg. And then what you do is you take water and vinegar into a cup, and then you break the egg open into the cup of water and
Are you gonna
vinegar.
drink this egg?
No.
Oh, I was like, oh my
You
god.
pour it out. You pour it out at the end. But apparently there's different readings that you can read from your egg, like whether it has spikes or if it's red or whatever.
Oh, so it's like some voodoo shit. Yeah, that's cool.
Whatever the reading is. There's different readings, and you can search this up online.
That's
And
cool.
this is going back since the Bruja days of New Orleans. So
I was just gonna say it sounds like a New Orleans thing. Yeah, that's cool.
It's something that's real. Like it's something that's for real. Like that's down cool. In the South.
We need to go on like a freaking like a 2-week just vacation and do like a live like vlogcast, like a video thing and explore shit like that, just different beliefs.
Don't get me wrong, I've been trying to.
I think we should do that.
You don't know how many times I told Grant, hey, trying to come down there.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Like let's do that. We could plan that.
When my daughter was living in Louisiana, I wanted to go down just for that reason.
I've never been there.
Not just for that reason, but I wanted to go see my daughter. But I wanted to go down there for that reason, just to get a cleanse.
I was gonna say,
because I know there's a lot of brujas out.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool things that you can just definitely go down and experience and take back with you. That's kind of where I'm at. I think in my life is just. I just wanted the experience. I was a stay-at-home mom, and it was all about my family for the duration of the first half of my life. And now I'm excited, for this half because it's like, okay, the kids are older, and I'm in a spot where I'm comfortable with myself, and I've never been able to do anything for myself. It was always for them, so it's kind of exciting. So it's like, all right, cool, make decent money, do some cool shit, experience life because I didn't get to experience anything for myself. And there's so much, that's out there.
One thing I learned is when it comes to life, you gotta experience life.
It's all about the human experience,
for yourself. Because if you don't experience life for yourself, you're not gonna experience life.
No, and then you're never gonna know happiness.
Period. Yeah. Period. I mean, it's so stupid and so simple that I.
Yeah. Well, I'm 42 and I'm trying to figure out who the hell I am. Like, what am I supposed to do?
You know what? I'm still trying to figure out the same damn thing. Like, it's like I know I'm here for a purpose. I know I'm here for a reason.
Definitely.
And just like we all are, and it's all about finding your reason and your purpose for being here in life. And you know what? It could be the simplest thing as helping somebody, a certain individual in your life. It could be something as simple as that, and you would never know it. You would never know it. But the thing is that we keep on thinking that there's a bigger reason and bigger purpose, and it's the smallest purpose that we're here for. But we always got that mentality of, okay, there's a biggest
or it's gonna smack us in the face, like we're gonna know what it is.
and you know what keeps that dream alive for us good people is that we continue to do good for other people.
You have to, because even if you get shit on, walked on, it doesn't matter because that's your chi. You know that you did right. I always tell that to my daughter. It's like, just stay true to you, do what you know is right, and you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything.
Kind of reminds me of a biblical passage where Jesus told Peter he will denounce him 3 times. Kind of reminds me of that. It reminds me of that in the sense of, we can't denounce ourselves. The moral behind that is, you can't denounce yourself and keep denouncing yourself and thinking low of yourself when in all retrospect, you are the greatest person out here. Like all of us right now, all of us in here, we are the greatest people out here right now.
Exactly. And everybody's got so much potential and they just don't.
It's all about going out there and making sure you be the best person that you can possibly
exactly be. You gotta do nothing spectacular, but just be a good person, be a human, understand that you're human. People make mistakes. It's not our job to condemn them for that. It's pat them on the back, tell them it's okay, and brush them off and send them back out there, do it again. because so many people just put it down and then they just give up. That's my big problem, is I second guess everything, and I don't really have any kind of support system. So I mean, I've been in school a couple years now. I've never had anybody be like, "Oh, good job," And I got nominated on like the National Society of Leadership and Success. I'm kind of like doing all right. And
it's like, guess what, Katie? Guess what? Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. Keep it up. Grant, can we get a round of applause? Can we get a round of applause for her?
Thank you.
One time. Can we get a round of applause for her?
Yay. Finally.
Yes, absolutely. You deserve it.
The folks that tuned in tonight got a free lesson on exactly what you've been doing.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
good job. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Me too. I'm proud of you guys. You too. You're cool. I never knew you before, but yeah, you seem like good people. Someone to know. Obviously, if he's vouching for you, then
yeah,
definitely.
On the other side of the pillow.
Oh man, cooler than a polar bear's toenails.
As long as you don't cross me, everything good.
Yeah, see that's exactly.
Like I say, everybody think you're nice till you have to bite there.
Yeah, but then when you do finally flip out, they're like, "Oh my God, coming out like you came out of nowhere, like you didn't put up with it for however long."
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Everybody talk about how bad you are as a person, but they don't talk about what made you that bad of a person,
exactly.
What they did to make you that bad of a person.
Or that they don't even know you or took the time, to get to know you.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Say the folks that tuned in, they got like a free lesson because y'all got me in the stun lock where I was just like, well, damn, I ain't even think about
that. It got heavy.
It did. We gonna have to have you back on here.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it was definitely a deep conversation. Yeah. I definitely want to hop in some conspiracies with you.
Oh my gosh, I got tons of them. I'll get it all kinds of. Like I said, I'm gonna send you some links to some of the things I've written, for school and stuff. It's cool.
I definitely want to get into some conspiracies with you next time. Unfortunately, we do not have enough time for tonight.
I know. Look how long. Look, we've been on for a minute.
I know. We've been on for a while. I know.
You were worried about we were gonna make it to an hour.
You got to go to work in the morning, so.
I'm just telling myself.
Right.
She's like, just stay awake for 30 more minutes. Nigga, just stay awake for 30 more minutes.
Right.
I already know.
No, don't think about it because you're going to end up staying up. Don't think about it. You're going to stay
up. Yeah. So, I know.
We're going to let you get some sleep, brother. And I just want to let everybody know out there how much we appreciate Grant and how much he do, because he's the mastermind behind all this. All I do is talk shit. So I got
get me in a deep conversation. I like to talk.
You got the face going on.
I got the pretty face.
You're the
blonde
image.
hair, blue eyes. I got the pretty face going on. So I just talk and don't do shit.
You got to hook me up with your photography. Did you do the pictures?
No, yes, he does all the engineering. Grant does all the engineering. So kudos to
come in with a quick joke here too.
Yeah, kudos to that guy. He's the mastermind behind it all. So
for sure,
we got to make sure we give our appreciation to him.
You wonder what happened and who it is. You've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal. Like that, baby.
Hey, Katie, we appreciate you being on tonight.
Thanks for
we
having
definitely
me
got to have you on again.
For sure.
I'm sorry we have to cut it short right now, but stay in real quick. We'll keep you on here on the after podcast. Stay in the room. So for those of you that tuned in, thank you again. You tuned into another episode of Air It Out Podcast, featuring your boy, Doc Holliday, and the one and only Bam Bam Grant.
You know it.
Bam, bam.
And with our special guest, Katie Livingstone. Go search her up. Go watch her podcast. Go watch her music videos. Go watch everything she has to offer, guys.
Oh, yeah.
And make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, and follow button. And we appreciate y'all.
Oh, for sure.
Y'all have a good night.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye.
Like it's at my end.
Bye. Bye.
It was at this moment he knew he fucked up.
Oh shit! What happened? Now I'm just playing. Now we still on there. Yeah, we back. I got one more because I don't know what The Rock gave Cody, but at any given time I always hear this randomly in my head.
Shut up, bitch!
I hear that a lot too.
Hey, except Cody was saying that shit the other way around last night, or the other night, Sunday night. He said, "Shut up, bitch."
But yeah, remember KD to stay.
Bloodline who?
Peace.
We out, y'all.